Hello everyone and welcome to this live interactive session for the course Introduction of Machine Learning. My name is Gunjan and with me I have Anish who is going to be assisting me with the Q&A part of machine learning. Anish, can you introduce yourself before we go ahead?
Yes, hello. My name is Anish Yadav and I'm the creator of this course. And I think we can start the Q&A session.
Sure. So before we really jump into the questions and answer part, I would like to inform all the viewers that we have been gathering questions from you through the module comments, through website chat, and all the other options which we have provided when we uploaded the module 1 well in advance. So we have already received lots of queries which I'm going to ask. However, those who are going to be present in this session, you can still post your queries in the comment section and I'll be taking up all your queries at the end. If in case you are viewing this video once the stream has ended, or maybe in future when your now is our past, so you can still get in touch with us through website chat, email, and other communication options which are feasible to you, and we will still be happy to respond back to your queries. Make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and now I'll be going ahead and starting the Q&A part. So Anish, the first question is, what is MATLAB Helper and what are the services provided by it?
So basically MATLAB Helper is an organization that will provide you various services like courses. We are providing the technical blocks. Also, we provide the online and offline expert sessions. We provide the workshop training. Also, we provide the research assistance. So you can book the sessions with respect to your requirement and the deadline. To get more information, you can visit our website and check our plans.
Okay, so now what is machine learning and how does it work? Can you give us some practical situation regarding machine learning?
To get the things, we will consider one simple example. Suppose we are having two types of fruits, and we know the naming of that fruits with respect to certain labels that we already know, and we can say that like we are having features like the size of the fruits or taste of the fruits and what we can say the color of the fruits, and based upon the that input features we are able to name the output label. So this is the first approach. In technical words, we are calling as in supervised learning. If we talk about the second approach, then we can categorize the fruits based upon the available information. That is a second approach that is called as an unsupervised learning. And we can use the test and trial method also, that is reinforcement learning. So this is a machine learning actually.
Okay, so whenever someone says about machine learning, someone who already has an experience of machine learning probably know the answer to it, but for a general audience, they think machine learning might be including lots of hardwares, connecting them up and maybe doing some hard coding on them or some sort of stuff. So if we talk about some traditional programming in a sense, so what would be the difference between traditional programming and this domain of machine learning?
So this in the simple words, we can say if we consider the traditional programming, we are having the input data. Along with that, we are making a program to get a certain output. But if we talk about the machine learning, we are having the input data. Along with that, we are having the output data, and we are making a programmatic structures with the help of input data and output data, and we can predict the things. So this is a basic difference between traditional programming and the machine learning.
Okay, so where I actually asked a similar question during the course introduction session of neural network. Now that is because artificial intelligence comprises of lots of topics, which includes this machine learning, deep learning, data science, natural language processing, and many more. And when we say about these words, all of these words sounds like buzzwords and people get fascinated about them. So people really don't know about difference about such things. So I'll ask you to give some difference between machine learning, deep learning, data science, and NLP.
To get the things, we will consider three bubbles. Suppose we are having a one bubble called as an data analysis, the second bubble called as an AI domain, and the third bubble called as an data scientist. So in the data analysis, we are having the descriptive statistics and the inferential statistics, where we are making a conclusion And after that, if we talk about the second bubble, we are having AI domain. In that, we are having machine learning, we are having deep learning, computer vision, NLP. The domain will change based upon the data. If we are talking about the machine learning, then we deal with the rows and columns. If we talk about the deep learning, then we are dealing with the images. If we talk about the videos, then we deal with the computer. Then we call as an computer vision. And if we are dealing with the text, then we call as an uh, 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 what NLP, that is natural language processing. So with the help of this domain, we are making some prediction, and we are getting some information. That is third bubble, called as an data science.
Okay, fine. So now if we just talk about this course of machine learning, who would be the best person this course is for?
So basically, this course is for the beginner as well as for the professional. If you are beginner, then you can start the course, you can learn the things, and you can change your career to the machine learning domain. If you are professional, then you can just gain the advanced knowledge. I have covered theoretical as well as practical things. In the practical things, I have covered MATLAB coding and the classification learner app that is supplementary for you. So this is the course is for beginner as well as for professional.
And is there any prerequisites in order to learn this course?
As I told you, the MATLAB and the classification learner app is required. So MATLAB is required, and you can get the course of MATLAB. We are having the MATLAB fundamental course in our website, and if you are knowing the classification learner, that is supplementary for you.
So when you say about MATLAB fundamental course through our website, we also have this course. I'm informing our audience that we have two free courses, MATLAB fundamentals and Simulink fundamentals. So is Simulink any way included in this course of machine learning? And if knowing Simulink is going to be helpful for doing this course of machine learning?
As I told, that MATLAB and the classification learner app is required. So I think that the knowledge of Simulink is not required.
All right. So can you show how to enroll into this course?
For that, let me share my screen.
Sure, please do. So while you are sharing your screen, I would like to tell the audience again that please post up your queries and we will be taking up at the end of this live interactive session, and I'll try to get all those questions answered.
I hope my screen is visible to you.
Yes, it is visible.
So this is our home page. Under the learn section, you can see our various services. And under the course, you can see various courses. The first course is MATLAB fundamentals, where you can actually enroll and learn the MATLAB fundamentals things. This course is free. The second course is machine learning. And if I click on that, the homepage of the course will open. Over here, you can see the course structure. As I told you, this course is premium, so you can book the course from here. The course contains two modules. The first module is data analysis in MATLAB, and the second module is machine learning algorithms. And at the right side, you can see the course structure along with the index.
Okay. So you are showing the course structure. Can you also describe some of the topics which are covered in this course?
Okay. So for that, let me show the course structure. Over here, you can see the course structures. As I told you, we have covered the two modules. The first module is data analysis in MATLAB. In that, we are having 3 chapters. The first chapter is data handling in MATLAB, and in that we are having 4 lessons. In this chapter, we have covered different things like how to import data, how to export data, how to organize data in the MATLAB. After that, we have covered the data preparation or pre-processing. In that, we have covered data accessing and data removing, and we have covered the exploratory data analysis. As we know that we are having 4 purposes of exploratory data analysis. The first is measure of central tendency, the second is the measure of dispersion, the third is skewness and kurtosis, and the last is graphical representation. So over here we have covered all purposes. Also, we have covered how we can handle the outliers, how we can handle the categorical data in the MATLAB, and in the last lesson, we have covered the feature scaling. So we have covered the normalization and the standardization techniques. After that, in the in the transformation and feature selection techniques, we have covered the transformation techniques where we have shown about the picky data and the compressed data and how we can handle in the MATLAB. And in the feature selection techniques, we have shown the PCA techniques, that is a principal component analysis, and we have shown how the two continuous variables are related to each other with respect to scatter diagram. This is all about the first module. In the second module, we have covered the different. I'm sorry, just
No problem.
yeah. So under the course section, you can see the machine learning course. And I'm talking about the second chapter, as it is paid access. So if you click on that, you have to book the session and course, and after that you can access. So over here you can see the index. So in the second module, I have covered the machine learning algorithms. In that, I have covered the approaches and the introduction of the machine learning. After that, I have covered the unsupervised learning. In the unsupervised learning, I have covered the different types of unsupervised learnings like k-means clustering, hierarchical clustering, and after that, I have covered the supervised learning. In that, I have covered the regression type and the classification type. In regression type, I have covered the simple linear regression, multiple linear regression, logistic regression, and also I have covered the cart models. In the classification problems, I have covered the different classification algorithms like KNN algorithm, naive Bayes, support vector machine, ensemble modeling, and the decision tree. And in the last chapter, we have covered the course conclusion video and the course completion quiz. So this is the structure of the machine learning course.
All right, fine. So I hope all the person who are viewing this video would probably understand the course structure and what are the topics covered under it. Now, moving ahead, there is a question which I had received. It's something dealing with the social medias and how they track our data. And just to give you an example of it, for example, right now we are having this YouTube stream and it has a feature in terms of likes, views, comments. Those are generally known to people. For the creators, there is these features like how many times a video has been viewed, up to what time the video has been viewed, whether a card has been clicked or not. So these are some of the features. If I talk about Facebook, the same way they treat with their video analytics, how many times a video has been viewed and what kind of parameters someone is doing or following up based on their views of video. So these are some example of data analyst job in terms of social medias. How is data analyst work is actually done, and what are some practical use cases in our normal life beyond those examples which I have already given to you related to data analysis?
So there are so many practical use cases we can consider, but for simplicity, I would like to discuss one classification problem. Suppose we are having a statement called as in like whether the customer will subscribe to a term deposit or not. If we talk about the data, we are having output data having a factor level of 2. It is a classification problem, so we can use the classification algorithms. And if we talk about the input features, we are having a input features like the name of that person, the job type of that person, the salary of that person, and the age of that person. So in that, we have to choose the important features. With the help of feature selection, we can choose the important features. After that, we can use we can check the outliers, we can check the missing values, and we can do the respective operations. After that, we can do the transformation techniques, we can do the feature scaling. After that, we have to apply the machine learning algorithms, and at the end we can choose the algorithm which gives the maximum efficiency. So this is one practical approach we can use.
Okay, so this was the example of data analysis or machine learning?
Actually, it follows both things, the data analysis as well as machine learning.
So if I ask you some example in terms of practical use cases of machine learning, what would you give?
There are so many practical examples we can talk about. If we talk about the examples sector wise, so we can say in the medical sector, we are having the prediction of tumor, the prediction of adipose tissue. We are having a prediction of rain. We are having a prediction of like the rental cars or bikes. Also, we can use in the technical fields or the self-driving car. So these are the examples we can talk about the data analysis and machine learning.
All right, fine. So there is a term called AlexNet. We also have some blogs on it. Those blogs are like object recognition using MATLAB, or that includes another face recognition using in smartphone using MATLAB mobile. And they have used AlexNet, a modified version of them, to code and do the processing. Now, is AlexNet created using machine learning? If not, what really is this thing? And how is it involved to machine learning?
So in the AI domain, first we are having machine learning. After that, we are having a deep learning. In deep learning, we are having a CNN, that is convolution neural network, where we are using AlexNet. So it is pre-default library we can use for the classification of images. So we have not completed the AlexNet because it is not part of machine learning, but maybe in the future while making course of deep learning, we can consider for the course.
When you say about neural networks, CNN, and then this machine learning, so now let's say we have two courses on our side, one of machine learning and another of neural network, and you are planning to cover more such courses related to deep learning and all in the future. So what would be the hierarchy by which someone should start reading these courses? What should be the first one, and what should be the order in which they should be learning these content?
First, I would like to say, first learn the data analysis. After that, in the AI domain, learn artificial intelligence. In the AI domain, learn the machine learning. After that, the deep learning. In deep learning, you can cover the ANN, that is artificial neural network. After that, CNN. After that, RNN. And after that, the computer vision and the NLP.
Okay, so this course of neural network, which we are already having, is probably for the advanced level.
Yes,
Then the
yes.
machine learning course, which we
Yes,
already
yes, yes.
applied. All right, no problem. So moving ahead, suppose I enroll into this course and I'm stuck at certain thing. I'm trying to follow the video or code, text, etc., which you have given in on the lesson page, but I'm stuck. So if I want to seek some assistance after enrolling into the course, what should I do?
For that, let me share my screen.
Sure, please do.
As I told you, some videos are the public and some videos are the private. If I click on the public video, then under the each session and under the each lesson, you can see the comment box where you can ask the query related to the respective lesson or related to the course.
Okay, so suppose my query is like, all right, I'm trying to follow what you are instructing into that particular lesson, but I have a project entirely based out of that. I'll give you an example. Suppose I'm trying to create a project on k-means clustering, and I want to take some guidance from your coursework. I've enrolled into this, and now I'm seeking your assistance for that. So what should I do in those kind of project which are my own for implementation purpose?
The help regarding your requirement or your project, for that you have to buy the expert sessions. You can buy the online or offline expert sessions. Also, you can buy the research assistance with respect to your deadline and with respect to your project.
Okay, fine. All right, so going ahead, what are some important keywords in machine learning?
So if we talk about the machine learning only, then we are having three types of algorithms. The first is supervised learning. If we talk in the technical words, so in the supervised learning, we are having an input data. Along with that, we are having output data. And if we talk about the types, then we are having a regression type where we are using a continuous output labels. And if we talk about the classification problems, then we are having a discrete and the categorical output type. And if we talk about the unsupervised learning, we are doing clustering over there. and we don't have the output data in the unsupervised learning. If we talk about the types, then we are having a k-means clustering, hierarchical clusterings. And if we talk about the reinforcement learning, then we are using test and trial methods, where you can we can predict the things. If it is wrong, then we consider the feedback and we can predict the right thing. So these are the important keywords we can talk about the machine learning.
All right, fine. So in the course structure, when you were showing, you mentioned the second last chapter having things related to MATLAB and classification learner app. And even in the beginning part, you said it's good to have the knowledge of MATLAB and classification learner app. So what really is the difference between the two? If I am doing machine learning, should I do with MATLAB coding, that is MATLAB programming, or use the app of classification learner and try to get it done? And if both of, if you can give some pros and cons for both of them, it would be very good.
As I told you in the course, I have covered theoretical as well as practical approach. In the practical approach, I have covered MATLAB coding and the classification learner app. If we talk about the difference, then both are giving the same output, but having a different approach. If we talk about the MATLAB coding, then we have to write the code to get the things. But in the classification learner app, we just have to import the clean data, and after that we can train our data to get the models. Also, we can check the scatter diagram, confusion matrix, and the ROC curve in the classification learner app just by clicking on the tab. So this is a basic difference between MATLAB coding and the classification learner app.
So now what you're saying is, in the classification learner app, if I have loaded the data and I'm directly seeing whatever is happening, is it similar to Excel sheet then?
Yes, we can actually import the clean Excel sheets, and after that we can do the operations. But in the MATLAB, we have to first clean the data, and after that we have to write the program to get the things. But in the classification learner app, we can just import the clean data and we can just train our model and get the things.
Now, when we are talking about Excel sheet, and then we are also talking about cleaning and all those things, it usually happens that our data, when we are importing from Excel sheet, they are of, some of the data are of different format. For example, let's just say one of my column is of date, and one particular row within this is of string, or let's say a number, which is not a date now. So I have imported that data into MATLAB. It could be that some rows are missing, that they are not containing the data set. How do we deal with such things, such kind of data set in machine learning? How does it impact the accuracy of the model which gets generated, and how do we sort them out?
If we make the model without removing the missing values and without replacing the outliers, then maybe we will get the biased model or inaccurate model. To get the perfect model, we have to do some pre-processing. In that, we are having a handling missing values and handling outliers. So we can handle the missing values by removing the entries or by replacing the entries. If we can replace the entries with the help of mean, median, or mode. If we are having a categorical data, then we usually use the mode concept. If we are having a continuous data, we usually replace with mean or median. And if we talk about the outliers, then we can check the outliers with the help of box plot. And after getting the outliers, we can replace the outliers or remove the outliers. We are having a different techniques to replace the outliers. We can use the Z-score method. We can use the percentile. We can use the mean absolute deviation or median absolute deviation methods. So these are the methods we can use to replace the missing values and outliers.
All right, fine. So we are in our last few minutes of this session. So I'll start taking up the questions which are posted into the live session parallelly to the questions which I already have. There is a question: which programming language is best for machine learning?
So basically, we are using R, the Python, and the MATLAB for the machine learning, but each programming language having its own advantages. If we talk about the statistical information, then we use the R, and if we talk about the mathematical calculation, then we obviously use the MATLAB. So MATLAB giving advantage that it is having a pre-default libraries which is installed while installing the MATLAB. So these are the basic difference between MATLAB, R, and a Python.
Okay, so if you are supposed to say like, okay, which one of these programming language would be best to do the machine learning job, which programming language would you choose?
I would prefer MATLAB because it is very simple and we don't have to install, or we don't have to recall the libraries.
Okay, all right. So hopefully you have got answer to your query. If you have any counter question, you can respond to the comment. Parallelly, if anyone else has any query, you can post them in the comments. Moving ahead to one of my question. In the course structure, there was this last thing which were mentioning course conclusion and then certification. So how to receive certification for the course?
To get the course certificate, you have to attend the quiz and you have to score minimum 60%, but you can give the quiz until so many times until you will get the 60%.
And what type of questions will be there in the quiz?
We have covered theoretical as well as practical questions, and all questions are related to the course only, which we have covered in the machine learning course.
All right, fine. So moving ahead, there are several courses on the internet which are based on machine learning, and then there are several videos on YouTube, obviously, entirely on machine learning and different domains of artificial intelligence. So how would you say this course is unique from the other available resources?
As I told you, we have covered theoretical as well as the practical approach. While making a practical approach, we have covered the MATLAB coding and the classification learner app. That is a supplementary for you. Also, you are getting so many data sets. You are getting theoretical content, and we have used so many practical situations, condition to get the real life situations. So this is a complete package for you if you enroll to the course.
Okay, that's very well answered. Moving back to YouTube for another question. What are the parameters that make any ML model good or bad?
Can you repeat the question?
Sure, it's a nice question, by the way. What are the parameters that make any machine learning model good or bad?
So basically, if if we are having a clean data, then we can go ahead with the machine learning modeling, and we are actually checking the accuracy to get which model is good or not. So the accuracy is a parameter.
All right. So only accuracy would be the parameter, or there could be more parameters for it?
Actually, we are checking only accuracy to get which model is good or bad.
All right, fine. Then there is another comment which says, when will ML course start? So the course has already been published. It's online on the website. You can enroll into the course. It's already there. So I would say now is the time for when it would start. There is another question. What is the essence of machine learning?
Yeah, so in the machine learning, we have covered so many things. We have covered the various algorithms. In that, we have covered the how we can deal the data depending upon the type of data. Also, we have covered the data analysis part. So if we talk about the assets, then we have covered the various algorithms. We have covered the different problems. So these are the assets we can consider.
Well, actually, the question was asking what is the essence of machine learning. You did answer about assets. Anyway, so I would add up to what you have just said. In the essence of machine learning, it would be completely about how you deal with available information and how you can make it intelligent enough to do all the processing, all the execution part, and how can you actually get what you are desiring through the machines part in the programmatical mode. It is the basic the starting structure of the artificial intelligence in order to get something done. That would be the essence of machine learning. Okay, so moving ahead, another question, and that could be one of the second last question. How long will it take to complete the course?
I think the data analysis part will take 1 month, and the machine learning things will take 2 months. So total 3 months you can accept.
All right, so 3 months time is good enough to enroll into this course and start learning. Probably you will become expert by following the step-by-step teachings given by AlexNet. Another question. So this would be the last question. Can we apply the knowledge in other domains that you have not included in this course?
Yes, we can apply the various knowledge, like we can apply the concepts of deep learning. Also we can apply the different sectors like banking sectors, or different use cases like the robotics and artificial uh, self-driving car. So we can just play with different domains.
All right, fine. So that's all the questions which we have received. We have covered. If all right, fine. Is there anything else you would like to add from your side? Any final thoughts, Anish?
Yeah, I would like to inform you all that this course will give you a very good knowledge, and you can get the theoretical as well as practical things, and I hope you will enjoy the course. So thank you so much.
All right. So thank you everyone for joining up this live interactive session. Hopefully you have learned something new from this session, and on the basis of this session, you would decide to enroll into this course. If you still have any question which you feel like has not been answered and you want to ask more query, you can get in touch with us through website chat, email, or any other communication option which are feasible for you. And we would be happy to respond to your queries. Before ending, I would just like to say that we also have this course on MATLAB fundamental and Simulink fundamentals. So all the learners who are simply wanting to learn MATLAB or Simulink, they can go and enroll into those courses and learn from them. I would request you to subscribe to our YouTube channel and make sure that you like this video. Thank you from my side and have a great day.